Hey everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and look what we're going to be doing in today's video. We're going to be making some pendants, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can make these with resin, without resin, and different things you can do to create something. If you're not a resin person, that's okay, you guys. There's ways that you can do things without resin. You guys know I love to work with resin, but sometimes I don't want to do it, and I want to make things in other ways, and I have lots of tips and tricks that I can show you guys on how you can make stuff like this. These are awesome, awesome gifts, and something that you can make quickly and with what you have on hand, hopefully. One thing that you can use rather than resin is glossy accents. I do not suggest using triple thick. That's just my personal preference. I feel like triple thick, if you have images that have been created on an inkjet printer, within 6 months they're going to be completely faded out. People say you can cover your images with Mod Podge and then glossy accent after them. Mod Podge fades those images as well. They will still fade out. I use glossy accents if I'm going to use anything at all. I don't have any to show you right now because I've run out actually quite some time ago because I've been using so much resin lately. But it's a much better product, and it's really just super glue in a bottle. But it works amazing to create that resiny finish on your pieces. Here we've used some glass domes over the tops of some of these. This one is just resin, but I did use the B7000, and that's pretty much what I used on most of this. The only thing is I did resin my roses in. I didn't think to put some of the roses on just with the B7000. So Kathy, I'm sorry about that, but anything I did using the resin with these flowers can be done with the B7000. You just put some drops of that on. Let the B7000 get a little more tacky, and then pop your roses on, put it aside, and give it 24 hours to dry. Just let it sit for 24 hours, and then you can do anything else you want with these pieces, and they will be amazing. And Kathy, for that, I'm really sorry, but that I didn't really go into that in this. But I'm going to do some more videos, and I will show you some other projects that I don't use resin in that you can make just as beautiful. So thanks a lot. Let's get going. Okay, so let's get going on this. We've got several bits and pieces to play with here. We've got our little butterflies watching over us to make sure we do everything right. And I got a request the other day from a friend of mine, and she was mentioning how she was hoping that maybe I could do a video where I'm not using resin, because she doesn't have she doesn't use resin, and so she wants to do some crafting, and she likes the crafts that we do here, but since she doesn't use resin, she wanted to know, hey, is there any way you can do some of these things without resin? Of course you can, and I don't do that enough. I think what I need to do is I need to try and do some videos where I do one and then the other. Give alternative ways to make these things that we're making. And I was lucky enough recently to have received a package from my friend Gwen, and she sent me some of these pendants, and there was a few of the little glass bubble tops, and so I decided that I would take these. I'm going to do some resin and some not resin. So Kathy, this is for you. This is for my friend Kathy Wright, And I hope this helps. And I plan on doing some more videos on some other things that you can do not using resin, that you can make some really pretty, beautiful, and quick gifts for people if you want. Now you can see I've got a lot out here. I am going to try and make this a not too long video. And we're going to do all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do 5 of them. So I'm going to show you just how easy it is to do this first without resin and then with resin. Okay, so I'm only really, and one of these I'm going to do it kind of with a little bit of both. So just bear with me for a minute here. And then I've also got this was an earring that I had ordered. I had ordered a pair of earrings with these little pearl hearts. And I had these rub-on decals that I think are so pretty, but I only wanted to use a small piece of it, and these flowers are so pretty and soft. And I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take this earring, and this is where I'm gonna show you, you can take an earring, or gosh, so many, you could use a key ring, you could use so many different things to make something out of something beautiful out of just kind of nothing. And you wouldn't think, hey, that's a heart, and it's, what are you going to do with that? Trust me, we can do something beautiful with this. Now, before I get started on anything else though, what I am going to do is I'm going to take this, what am I trying to say? This decal, and I'm not going to peel the back off this decal, you guys. I'm going to leave it together. And the reason I'm going to do that is because it's got this beautiful white background, and I'm not going to mess with that background. I'm going to leave it on there, and we're going to use it just like that. And then I will probably resin over the back of it just to make it, you know, strong, and so that things aren't going to soak through the paper that's on here, and it'll be just gorgeous. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take my B7000, and I'm going to adhere this decal onto the heart, and I'm going to give it a chance to get dry while I work on my other stuff. So that's why we're going to start this one first. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my B7000 with this beautiful pointy top on it, spout on it, and I'm going to put some of this around the entire edge of this heart, making sure I get that glue to kind of go into these dips, because there's little peaks and valleys on this. So I want to make sure that I fill in those dips and that I can get the decal to stick to those as well. We're going to put this back in there. We're going to be using this again, so I'm going to leave that out. Love my B7000, you guys. You have to try it, and you have to try and get this with the spout that I'm talking about, or the what am I trying to say? I can't say it. Anyway, you know what I mean. And I will put the link for that in the description menu. Now, when I bought this, I bought a package that came with, I think, 4 tubes of this, and it really was not terribly expensive, but I'm sure you can buy it in 1 tube. Just make sure when you do that you check to see if what am I trying to say? If it has that nose, so that you know that you're going to be good. Okay, so I've got that on the back. We're going to set this one aside. Look at how pretty that is. So we're going to set this beauty aside, and we're just going to let it cure. Okay, I do see, let me see, let me grab a toothpick here. Always have some toothpicks handy, you guys, for things like this, or popsicle sticks and things. Because I do see there's one little bit of glue right here that's kind of popping out. I'm going to just kind of get that out of there. There's another one right here. so that I don't have bubbles. Although I am going to resin the inside of this, so it really doesn't matter. You're not going to see those bubbles because this glue does dry clear. Okay, so that one is started. Let's just put her up here by this butterfly. And I'm going to press it down really well. And there we go. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, I thought I would go ahead and I'll do this little round one. Now, this was a silver pendant, or actually I think it was a bronze one. Yeah, it was bronze. And I painted it white and I kind of sanded around the edges because I wanted it to look kind of vintagey. So that's what I did with this one. So what we're going to do with this, we've got this, Gwen sent me some images and she sent me this one. So it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. And what I'm going to do, so Kathy, all I'm going to do is I am going to add, let me wipe off the nose here real quick. Make sure you guys keep yourself some wipes handy, because boy do they ever come in handy for things that you need to clean up and stuff. And I'm going to take this B7000 and I'm going to run it all around the edge here first, because I want it to go right up to the edge so that the image is stuck and doesn't fold up on the edges for any reason. Because again, we're not going to use any resin in this one. So just so you know. So I've got plenty of my adhesive in there. So easy, you guys. So easy. And you can buy these bezels on Amazon. And I will find some and I will put a link up so that you guys can purchase your own, and you can get them with all different shapes and sizes, and you can get little sets where you get, you know, like the rectangles and the squares and the circles and sometimes the ovals. So they're really great to play with, and they're great for making easy gifts. But like I said, if you don't have something like this, find something else. Anything. You can use literally key rings. Gosh, I'm trying to think of what else you could use. You could use, let's see. I'm trying to think. My brain is not activating right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm usually really good at this stuff. You could even take, like, if you have some rhinestones. Now, these are awfully big rhinestones. I don't think I would probably use these, but I'm going to show you with these. So you can take your rhinestones and push all of your stones together, turn them into a circle, and make yourself a frame, basically. Now, there's no backing on this, but that's okay. If you have an image you want to put on the back of that, you just glue that on the back. And if you have cardstock, that's going to be your best bet. I always use cardstock. But these are just regular paper images that I've got here that Gwen sent me. And these work great in these frames because they're not going to be bending and moving and all that stuff. But cardstock is better. But you could take something like this, turn it into a circle, and make something beautiful out of it. And you'll have to work with it a little bit, get it in shape, you know, the shape that you want it. And you could turn it into a heart or a square or whatever. You guys just get creative with your mind. Get your creative juices flowing and just play around with different mediums, and you'll find that you can make a lot of really great things very quickly and make some gifts, like especially at the holidays when you're looking to make a whole bunch of gifts for your friends. You know, if you have a seniors group that you belong to and you want, you know, you have several friends that you want to give a little gift to, These are inexpensive and quick and easy to make. So we've got our image in there. And see how cute that looks, just like that. Now, the next thing we're going to do, super duper easy too, is we're just going to take, I'm going to use my B7000. Why? Because I love it. And because I'm going to glue this glass piece on the top, the glass bubble on the top of it. Now, there is adhesives that you can buy, and you cut them and place them in here, and you stick this bubble on top of it. I am not going to do that. I'm going to, I want to say that Gwen sent me some. I just don't know where I put them. I don't know. I had it out the other day, and I just don't know what I did with them. Little adhesive pieces that you can put in there and stick that bubble on top of. But I'm going to go ahead and on this one, I'm just going to use some of my B7000, and I'm going to get it so that it covers the entire top of this. And you'll notice if you're going to put something like this in here, this paper image, it's a white image. Now, if you put this white image on top of a dark background, you're not going to be happy with it, because that darkness, once you get that paper wet, is going to come through, and it's going to look kind of mucky. Now here you can see the paper does change color a little bit. It turns a little bit of a gray, but if you had that dark background on there, it would be really dark and really, really mucky. And so we don't want that for our images. We want them to look nice and clean and visible. You know, you don't want to damage the wording in there or anything like that. So I'm just going to put that B7000, and what I could have done is I could have just put this around the edge and then popped my bubble in there, and that would have been okay too, you guys. That is just fine. I want the whole back to look the same, so I'm just gonna drop our glass bubble in there, and I'm going to press it down. And actually what you can do, what most people do, is they take these bubbles and they adhere the images to the bubble before they do this. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to just put it in my frame and then press this down on top, because I want a nice thick layer of glue under there that image can connect to the bubble easily all the way around. There's not going to be any spots where it's not where there's like light and dark areas where you get bubbles in under there, and you can see those bubbles underneath. I don't want that, so I did this my way so that I wouldn't have those bubbles. And I did put a decent amount of B7000 in there, and the reason I did that is so that those bubbles wouldn't pop up. I covered the entire surface of my image, so you can see that's what that looks like. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so we're going to put that one aside now. So that was no resin whatsoever. Now, I am going to do this one. And this is another decal that my friend Deanna sent me. And I just think it's the prettiest thing. I cut it out. It was bigger than this, but I cut out this portion of it because I love lemons and I love the yellow and the purple together, and I just thought that would be so pretty in one of these frames. So I'm going to take this. In this one we're going to use resin in. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put my B7000, and this is a dark background, but because this image still has that backing on it, I'm not going to have to worry about this darkness coming through. So I can leave this back dark. That's why I didn't paint this one. And it's going to be just fine. And I'm going to cover the bottom. It doesn't have to be like completely covered in this instance. So this is nice and thick. And I'm going to pop my image right inside that frame. And I'm going to press it all the way around. And I am going to take my wipey here and I'm going to go around the edge. And I don't have to worry about this either because it's not paper on top. It's plastic. So the wipe is not going to damage the top of this because it's not paper. So I've got that in there. Now this would be really, really pretty with one of the bubbles on top. In fact, you know what? I should just do all of these with the glass bubbles and we'll just do this one with the resin so that you guys can see how easily we can work with resin, unless I change my mind somewhere along the road. But this one, I think it'd be really pretty with the bubble on it. Now, for this one, I'm just kind of showing you different ways you guys can do this stuff. I need to make sure that's dry. And actually, here's what I am going to do. I am going to use some resin in this one because my UV light can get through this glass bubble. So if I use my UV resin inside here, it's going to cure and it's going to stick the glass to the image. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill the top of this with my UV resin, and I'm using my BS resin because this is a thin resin. I'm just going to put it all across the top of this image. And you guys, now this I have not done before as far as using the bubbles and the resin underneath it. And if this turns out to be a fail, then this is something that you will know you don't want to repeat. And I will definitely show you if it happens to be a fail. I don't think it will be. I need to buy a new set of my torches. Okay, I'm just getting out the bubbles. And now I'm going to place my glass on top of the resin, and you can see it just spread very, very nicely and very, very evenly. I am not going to touch this anymore. I'm going to pop it under my lamp for about 5 minutes. So we're going to just let that go, let it cook for a minute. Okay, and then we've got this pretty little Paris Eiffel Tower thing we're going to do. And on this one again, I'm going to cover the bottom. And for sure, all of the edges, all the way around, so that the edges stick down. And you guys can see how fast this is going so far. I'm going to add a little bit more to these that you don't have to do, but I will do just because I feel like it, and I want to add a little bit more frou-frou to it. And I'm pretty sure Gwen probably has some more of these and she's planning on making some. Maybe I can give her some ideas as well. But I think you guys should try this because you'll really, really have fun with it. And you won't fumble around so much because really, really, this is so easy to do. Okay, so I've got that down. All right, and then I've also got this one. Now this one I did not paint white. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the B7000 around the edges of this one, because I'm not going to use resin, like I said, on this one. I'm just going to glue the image down. I feel like it needs to come out just a little bit because these images are cut just a little bit small. Okay, so I've got that, nothing in the middle, and I'm just going to drop that little image in there, just like that. And because I didn't wet it, it's not going to turn gray. I'm trying to decide here. I've got, you know what? I think I've got enough of the B6000 or B7000 around these edges. There is silver showing here. I don't think you guys can see that, but there is still some silver along the edges. See, you can kind of see it over here and over here around all the edges, and there is B7000 there. So what am I going to do? I'm going to pop this piece of glass right in there. I'm going to press it down, and it touches those edges all the way around, and we're going to let that set, and we're going to let that B7000 cure, and I will show you that that's going to sit right in there, and it's going to be beautiful. Now this one, trying to think. I think I'm going to use, well, we didn't use resin on either of these, so I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some of my resin on this one, just like I did the other one that I've got under the lamp. I'm going to use a thin layer of resin here. But I do want it to cover the entire image, and again, this one's painted white on the back side, so I'm not going to get a whole bunch of darkness coming through the image. These are so pretty, these Eiffel Towers and stuff. I used to do a lot of this. I used to make a lot of these pendants and stuff. And I was making them for my store, and they sold really, really well. But then, you know, over time when you make something so much, you know, people move on to other things, and I had to start doing some other stuff to keep people excited both in my videos and my shop. So I just had to move on from these and move into some other stuff. So it's been a long time since I've made one of these, and I'm kind of having fun with it. And again, quick and easy, all covered in resin. We're going to pop our bubble in there. And these are glass, and I'm going to press and press and press till those bubbles come out, you know, and kind of move to the edge. And I did get a little resin coming out the side, so I'm going to wipe that. Just like that. Super easy. I see a little bit on this side, so we'll wipe that. And a little bit up here. And you guys, for me, this also, the way that I'm doing this is also cleaner and neater for me to do this all right from the bezel itself, because I'm not making a mess. And if I was doing this where I was putting all the images on the glass bits and then doing this part, I would be making a whole lot bigger mess with this resin and everything else. Well, not with the resin, because that wouldn't go in until after the fact anyway, but with the glue and stuff, I'm not having to really touch that glue at all. So that makes me very happy. Okay, so I've got that in there, and that's what that one's looking like. So we're going to pop that one under the lamp for 5 minutes. And we're going to pop the other one out. And look at how gorgeous that is. It came out beautiful. And now with the glass piece in these, it's a little heavier than if it's just resin, like this one's going to be. And look at this, you guys, we are all the way down to where we're done putting our images almost in all of these. This one, we're going to just use our resin. BS resin. I'm going to put the link for this. You guys are going to love this resin if you've been using Let's Resin and J Diction. You're going to love this if you need a thinner resin because this is pretty thin and it works like a charm. Now we're going to hope and pray that there's no spaces in this, but I am going to put the thinnest layer of resin in the very bottom of this. I'm not going to overfill it because I want to put this in here and I want to get it under the lamp and get that resin to the edges to cure so that there's no open holes left. And if I can get it to cure before it gets a chance to get under those edges, then I'm golden. And the rest of this is easy peasy. So that's what I did. I just put a very, very small layer. And I'm going to grab my torch because I don't want any bubbles in there. And I'm going to pop that under the lamp with the glass top one. And I also took these out because I want to dress these up a little bit. So, and you can see I've got some chains here. These come with these beautiful chains, and they're long chains. And so you've got yourself a really beautiful necklace, you know. I love them. Now, I don't have enough chains for all of these, but I do have a few. So I will show you with the chains how pretty they look after we add some details. Now, I've got, you know, I'm thinking I might not use these, and I have a reason for that. But I've got some of my pretty earrings that I've bought from Temu when I was getting a bunch of stuff from them. I've got this style. And I've got them kind of all over the place, you guys, so I've just got to kind of pull them. I've got a couple of magnets in here, so the magnets are wrapping around all my stuff. I've got that. This I bought at a dollar store locally here. I've got this beauty. Gorgeous. And I have a whole bunch. Let's see. I've got that style. Let's see. I've got a bag where I had bought some earrings, and some of the ones that Robin sent me are in here too. I don't think I have any red in anything. Those are so pretty. Look at how beautiful these are. I don't know what happened here. Okay, I've got this. Look at how pretty that is. So when I do something, and then I've got the red flowers. So pretty, but I'm not doing any red today, so I do have some pink ones here. There's a pink one. Kind of a fuchsia color. I don't want that one. Let's see. We've got some of those, which would be pretty on here. We've got that. I've just got so many pretty little earrings and things. These, let's see. I don't think I'm going to use that. Sorry, you guys. I'm just trying to see what else I've got in here. I hate crinkling this stuff and driving you guys nuts, but I can't help it. I've got that, which came from some trim that Sherry sent me. And let's see, what are these? Oh, I have one that's got purple. This is really pretty. I was looking for that the other day and I couldn't find it. So there's purple, there's this green, and then there's this, which is just a little gold flower with a dangle. Just checking, you guys. I want to see if there's anything else in here that I can use. I've got a little, just a beaded piece. I've got a couple of hearts. That's probably going to be enough to play with for now. Those flowers, although those are red, I don't think I really need red flowers right now. Let's see. And I didn't even use my packing tape. I didn't need it. I've got these. Let's see. You can take rhinestone chain and you can use that, you know, just cut some pieces off and take them and make dangles out of them. Here's a beautiful rose. Here's a beautiful purple. I love this. If I can get it off this chain. Okay, look at that. Purple roses. And you can take little bits of chain that you've got if they're not usable for anything. Now this one is usable. It's got both pieces on the ends, so I won't destroy that chain because it's completely usable for a necklace. So I don't like to destroy necklace chains unless I really, really, really need them for something. Here's a pretty earring. Let's see. And then up here I also have a whole bunch of different rhinestone chains. I've got some of my pretty rhinestone pieces here, you know, that you can use. I'm just going to show you kind of some of the things you can use to embellish something like this and make it really, really gorgeous. I've got, let's see, I thought I had some of my pink roses here, but I do also have my porcelain flowers here as well. And Gwen sent me some more of those as well. So I've got so much that I can use, you guys. The red we've got to put back. I don't know how that got left out, but we need to put these red ones back. I didn't mean to leave those out. Okay. And I don't think we're going to use red in any of these. Let's pull that one out. That is all ready. Gorgeous. And we've got that started. We're not done with this one yet as far as the resin is concerned. So that's just got its first layer in there, and we will take it from there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my porcelain flowers out. I don't think any of these have purple in them. No, they, oh, this one does. Oh, that might be pretty on there to bring out those purple flowers. Or I also have, just to kind of simplify a little bit, I have this purple, and this would lay on the frame well. Let's see, this is just an earring. I'll just cut that top piece off, and actually that looks really pretty on there too, just as a basic dangle. This one, I think this is too big-ish. These, I don't know. Let's see what one of these might look like, because we've got the black writing in these. And I'm just noticing something. Look what happened. Oh my. So that glue, it actually almost looks kind of cool though. That glue did change the paper some. But here's the thing. I'm actually kind of liking it because it put like a, I don't know, it put like a different look on it. And actually, I wish it would spread even further in and cover the entire paper, but if it doesn't, that's okay. I'm leaving this one. I love the way that turned out. I hope you guys can see it like I can. It looks almost just clear around the edges, and it looks like a piece of paper that's been torn. On the inside, it looks really cool. This one, of course, did not do that. This one looks beautiful. I will say, though, where the glue is on the edges, it turned... I'm trying to think, did I put glue on the top of this? I think I did. This one was all glue. Yeah. So this one kind of did the same thing. But it's still gorgeous. They still both look gorgeous. They're completely usable and completely sellable. So I'm not even worried about that even a little bit. Okay, so we've got this. I do not think that goes well with that. That looks kind of pretty on this one with the butterfly. I kind of like that because it fits just across the front of it. That's kind of pretty. I like that. I think that might be really pretty on that one. We'll wait and see. I've also got this, which would go across as well. Push those together, and that would just make a pretty rhinestone dangle. And then we'll also add some flowers and stuff too, you guys. So this isn't it. And I think I am going to use the purple flowers on this one because I just think that's going to be gorgeous. So I've got that. And let's see. I don't want to use that on there. See, these are like little long hearts. And these would actually be really pretty on either one of these. And I've got two of them. But I can hang it just in that bottom section. That looks really pretty. I think I might use these in both of these. I like that a lot. And then I have one black chain, but look at, if I've got that black heart and a black chain on one of these, oh my goodness, it'll be so pretty. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna snap the back of this earring off. Okay, so we've got one. There's also this one. This is super pretty. This might be pretty. Actually, that would be very, very pretty on that one. But what I would need to do on this one is to remove the earring piece. And I'm just going to bend it. I'm not going to snap it. I'm going to bend it and pull it off of there. And I will save that. And then, let's see. Let's get, I think this size would be good. grab a couple of those. There we go. Just in case. And let's see. So if I use this one, I think this would be pretty. Huh. How are we going to do this? No, that's not going to work anywhere. I want to look at this and see if this would be pretty on here. That's a little too big on that heart. That looks kind of pretty on that one. And this I can B7000 it to that, or I can resin it to this one. And this is the one I used resin on. So I could go either way, but like this one I can hang whatever I hang on this bottom piece. And actually I think, no, I like this heart, this top heart staying on this one. So I think what I'm going to do with this one is, we used B7000 on this. So actually, I'm thinking here, you guys. Let me get my mind wrapped around this. I really like this on this one. I really think that looks really pretty. Now this one would be pretty on here too. That looks really pretty on that round one. Actually, I think I'm going to go with this one, you guys. I think I like this better. I have to pop this piece off. And then you can see we've got these two pieces here. And I am totally not afraid to mix metals, you guys. I love to mix metals. So I am going to take my round pliers and my regular pliers, because I only have one regular pair here. And I'm gonna grab one of my jump rings, and I'm gonna put this on first, because I want this in the front, and then I'm gonna pop the dangly piece behind that, and we're gonna take our little piece here and we're just gonna hook it on. And we've got one done. Well, actually, no, because I think I do want to put a flower or two on here. Okay, so that's that. Look at how beautiful that looks. It's gorgeous. Let me see if I can set it on top of this and bring it up there for you guys. There you go. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. So now that I'm getting all full of stuff, I'm going to start getting rid of some of this stuff. That can go. I'm going to keep that out just in case. And I just want to see where I want to use, if I want to use this one. I want to see what it looks like on this. It does look really beautiful on this one. This is, I think I have this one and one more of these left. And I hate to use them both up because there's no more Temu. So I've got this one that is really beautiful. And I'm thinking I might like to use this one on this piece. And if I do, I'm gonna kind of try and put the gold ball on the inside here of the heart. And I will resin it in and then just have that hanging there. So I think I'm going to use this on this piece. And it's also got gold chain, and this has gold in it. So I really want to use that piece on that. So I'm good there. I was trying to see if I wanted to put something else on this, but this is just a little bit too big. So that's not going to work. Okay, and this I don't think we're going to use. We've still got this. And we've already taken care of that one. Let's see what this looks like on this one, because it may look good on this one. We may not use this now that I cut it. That's okay, I'll use it on something else. That looks very pretty on there. It really does, but I really do like this. I think that looks really, really pretty. Yeah, I really like that. So I think what we're going to do, since this is the one we only used the B7000, we're going to take a bead of that and we're going to go across the bottom of this, and we're going to lay that butterfly on there. And I think I need to get a little bit on these corners here. And put that just like that. And I'm just going to let that sit there. I'm not going to touch it. We're going to stay out of its way. And then, let's see, this one we know we want to use on here, so I'm just going to pull the backing off. I'm going to snip the post off. And on this one, I'm going to hot glue it right here, and then I'm going to resin after that. So I'm just going to put a dot of hot glue. So I'm showing you guys some different ways that you can do this stuff. But this is just going to help me get it there and get it to sit in place while the resin cures. But look at that, you guys. That is beautiful. Just like that. Okay. So I'm happy with that. And now we're just deciding what we're going to do with this beautiful Eiffel Tower. Let's see. I don't really... Let's see what this looks like. I love these flowered ones. That would be pretty on that one. I don't want it on that one. I definitely want this on this one. It's just the pearl on pearl. I think that looks really, really pretty. I'm going to put that away. I do love this, and I think this would be so pretty on there, but I'm trying to figure out how. Oh, I know. Where did I put that? I've got this. So, here's what I'm going to do. Which direction do I want to go with this? Do I want to put it... I think I have to put it on the back, and I've got two ways I can do this. I can do it in this direction, or I can do it in this direction because I have a loop on each end. I kind of like it this way, I think. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find the center of this. I'm going to put a dot of glue right in the center, right there. And very quickly we have to pop this down like that. And this is just like how I put the metal corner pieces on my butterflies and stuff. So we've got that on there. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to use my Let's resin, and I am going to just put a nice dollop of that on the back of this, right around that piece. I'm going to set it up straight and hold on to it for a minute so that that can start to cure. Actually, it's sat straight, so we're okay there. We're going to use one of these jump rings on here, and let's get that. I hope you guys don't mind me doing a bunch of these at one time, but I'm just kind of showing you some different options of things you can do. Never feel like you don't have what you need, or you know, don't let your mind rest and not come up with ways to to finish things off, because there's always a way. Always, always. That one's done, that one's done. That one's got to get resined, so let's do that. I'm going to use the BS resin on this one, just right here up next to that piece, right there, and right there. And what I may end up doing on these is I may end up just painting over the top of them with some resin around the edge of the frames. And that way I know they're going to be good. Okay, that needs to sit in there for a little bit longer. And then we've got this one. This one's not gonna, this is gonna be a little tricky, but first things first, we have to fill the inside of this with our resin. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna finish that process. So I'm gonna gently just squeeze my resin in there. And I'm going to get a decent amount, so it's going to come up the edge of those pearls. And hopefully not stream out. And we are going to torch. And we're still going to do this another time. One more time. And we're going to put that back under there. We can pull this guy out. And grab our jump ring here. And pop this on here. Right through that little baby hole. And these would make, actually, instead of necklaces, they would make great mirror hangers too for your car. Just to hang that on your car mirror. Put a ball chain on it and there you have it. It would be so pretty. This is really a pretty charm. I had 2 earrings of this and I think I still have one left somewhere in here to use the other one for something. So we'll see what happens. And let's see, I guess we're not going to use this one, huh? Oh, that makes me sad. I really wanted to use it, but I will be using that on something else. Now I've got it for another time. I still have more of these pendants to make, so we are good. Now I just need to decide, okay, what do I want to add to any of these to make them pop. definitely some porcelain flowers for sure. I've got some variations of these. I've got this flower, which is an acrylic one. And this I need to snip off. Where did my snippers go? I started to use this one on something else and I didn't like it, so I pulled it off because I didn't want to waste this flower. I really like it. And it's got a little dangle on it. I like that flower. Let's see, we've got some of these. Got some pink ones. Some teeny tiny ones. That one's not teeny tiny. There we go. And I've got some white teeny tinies. And this one's got blue in the center. Just grabbing some different ones in here, you guys, so that I can have some different choices. I've got yellow. I don't know that I'll use yellow in anything. There's a pretty pink one. And there's one of my flat purple. Oh, that's a whitish purple one. There's one of my other ones. Oh, my hip. It is killing me. I'm standing up doing this, you guys, so my hip is getting tired. I've got some blues. Here's some more green ones. I was looking to find some more of these little green ones. And there's a light blue. Just grabbing a bunch of different ones, you guys. Okay, that should give me enough for right now to choose from. Okay, now this one should be good and set. Perfect. That is so beautiful, you guys. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love lemons, and lemons are super popular. I've noticed, you know, working in a store, I've noticed that lemons are kind of the thing right now. So, and fruits, really fruits of any kind. That's like the whole, the thing for right now. So, I'm kind of enjoying that. I like fruit. And I like fruit stuff, you know, it kind of is fun. Okay, so there we've got it. We have got a bubble. And it's a big bubble right there. You see that? And I'm not loving that at all. Let me see if I can in any way cover that and still have a really pretty piece. I mean, I can cover that, but boy, am I not happy about that. Darn, I'm so bummed about that. I didn't realize there was there was like air getting in underneath there. Darn. Okay, well, let's see. what do I want to do? Maybe what I will do, instead of crying over spilt milk, maybe we will turn this into something a little different. Maybe pop that off to one side. And then, let's see, do some pink right there. And a pretty little white rose. And let's see, what could I put right in there? Maybe another small purple one. That looks really pretty. That actually looks very pretty. So it's all about what you choose to do after you find the error. All right, hold on a second, guys. Okay, you guys, so I kind of got this figured out. We're going to save this piece. We're going to revive it because we've got this huge bubble here, and I moved you guys in a little bit closer so you can kind of see a little bit better what I'm doing because it is so small. But I don't want to get so close that my hands cause my camera to go out of focus. So what I'm going to do, first things first, I'm going to pop this piece in right here. That's where I want that to go. I'm going to very quickly, I'm going to drop just a little drop of resin over the top of it and let it just kind of sink in there. And I'm going to pop my lamp over it for just a few seconds to get it so that it won't move. And then I have a little arrangement of porcelain flowers that are going to go in around it. But I want this dangle on this heart. I want it. I think it's going to be beautiful. And so I'm determined that it's going to go right here. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to drop some resin down here at the bottom and just kind of up over these edges a little bit in a couple spots because I want all of my flowers to have something to stick to. Okay. Now I'm going to take my little Handmade hot glue rhinestone picker here, and I'm going to be using that. But first things first, I want to get these flowers in here and get them arranged the way I want them. You're going to go there. I'm going to put this little white rose right up in here, right there. And the little purple rose, I think I'm going to need a little more resin kind of up on that pearl because that's going to go right there. And then I've got two rhinestones here. And these I can just pick up and kind of lay in there. I want those to go up in this area here. And I may have to drizzle a little more resin down in there as well. And then these little leaves, I've got some of my shiny gold and green leaves we're going to use to go in a couple of spots. So I really need my rhinestone picker to work, and what I do when it stops sticking, I rub it on my pants a little bit. Let me get it on here. And usually it picks up again. Let's see. Let me rub it on my pants. Of course not. There we go. And we're going to put that one right there. Oh, darn, it didn't go in. Right there. So that one's there. We'll take this one. And please pick up. Ugh. All right. I'm going to try this the old-fashioned way. Oh my goodness. It's these nails. If I didn't have these nails on, you guys, this would be so much easier. I just really enjoy them, and I hate not being able to have them. So I just keep plugging on with them. Let's get that spun around a little bit. There we go. There's that one. And maybe just another dot of resin right up here. I had really planned on these going up under that rose a little bit further, because I want 2 leaves over here. Like that. But it's got to come out from the rose. There we go. That looks beautiful. And there's that one. That looks beautiful. And let's see, maybe we'll put 1 leaf right there. Oh, look at that one picked up just like that. There. Okay, I'm really, really, really happy with that arrangement. So we're going to get our lamp. We're going to pop it over the top of that, and we're going to hope everything is touching some of that resin so that it can cure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go check my other video, because I do have a video uploading on YouTube now for Saturday. This is going to be Sunday, and I'm trying to make another, this will either be Sunday or possibly tomorrow. And then I want to try and make one more video so that I have one for tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, because I missed Sunday last week. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we've got this all cured. Everything is in its place and nothing's moving around. So that is how that one is looking, and I think it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. So we've got that one we can kind of set aside for a few minutes here. And then next, let's take this one and let's put some beauty around it. I want to see if I have, well, I guess I did have one there, but I'm trying to find, okay, this is what I want right here. So let's see, how do we want this to go? Maybe put, it's a little harder to do this because we've got that bubble on this one. So this one flower, there, I think that'll work right there. We can't get a whole lot on this one because we don't want to cover everything up. Let's see, what do I want to do here? I do have some yellow flowers. I forgot. A yellow one, maybe, whoopsies. I think I'm going to have to glue these on is what I'm going to have to do. and then put the resin on after they're glued on. Let's see. How many more little yellow ones do I have, if any? I want purple and yellow in here, so oops, I just saw another yellow one, but I think I buried it. Hold on here. There's one. Okay, let's see here. I'd kind of like to put a white one in there somewhere too, a tiny white one. That one's got a blue center. Maybe put that there and that there. All right, so best thing to do. I don't want to cover up all those lemons, and that's why I want to put a very tiny pink one right there. So we can still see our lemon back there. Oops, I don't want to get that all glued up. And then we'll come over here, put a dot of glue, and I messed up on that because it cured before I got it in place. Let me just heat up that glue again for a second. Grab this pretty yellow flower and get it right in the right spot, and we didn't do it again. Okay, well, we're going to need a little bit bigger dot of glue, I think. Lifted the pink one, but that's okay. I think that'll sit in there okay. And then I think we'll put this other little purple one right up in here. Let me spin it a little. There we go. And I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. And this one, we just need to make sure it doesn't go anywhere before we get everything glued down. And then maybe we'll add a couple of rhinestones on this one as well. Put one like right in here. No, I don't like that. It's too big. Right there would be good if I can get it to sit there. I don't know how I'm going to get this to happen. It's not going to be easy because these are not easy to grab a hold of. I can get them set, and it's sideways. Ah, sorry about my head, you guys. What a bummer. Okay, get those out of the way. And I'm just heating up the glue that's already there. We're going to try this again. Like that. And then if I can, I'd like to put one right up in there. I think I might be able to just set this one in there and get it to lean on the rose like that. Just like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to take our resin and we're just going to drizzle just like little teeny drops in between our flowers. This one's going to have to go. See, now I got way too much right there. So now to take something and wipe it off. Let's see. I'm just going to grab one of my wipes here. I don't know how this is going to work out at all. These wipes are huge. And there, that popped off. And that will not be easy to get back on there because it's got resin on it now and the glue won't stick. Okay, stay. So for right now, here's what we're gonna do. And gently wipe over this glass. Okay, and I'm going to take my lamp and I'm just going to let her go. And this part is what always takes the longest, you guys, is embellishing. But if I just put that on there for a couple of minutes or a few seconds, let it get cured enough, I can set this one aside and then we will move on to the next one and we'll just get these all done and then we'll pop them all under the lamp and get them all really well cured. And then we should be good to go. Okay, so this one should be, nope, that one didn't stay. That's okay. These are just glue strings that I'm pulling off of there now. Okay. Let me see. Maybe I didn't get any resin on there at all, because it's starting to feel like there's no resin here. I really don't need to worry about these glue strings right now because they're going to get taken off shortly. Okay, so now I'm going to just pop a little resin right up under there and right there. And I'm going to pop that back under the lamp and just let it sit. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, next, this one's already glued on there, so all we have to do on this one is pop our resin on. And remember, this one has B7000, and I'm going to use resin on all of these, you guys, just because I feel like all of the bits and pieces will stay on a lot better. This one I don't have to worry about because, well, I do, because I would love to put some flowers on here because it's got these pretty little pink flowers in it. And I think to add a couple of just these little teeny tiny ones would be nice. So we're just gonna come around here. We've got a white one. I want to turn this one because the leaf is on the inside. I don't want it on the inside, I want it on the outside. So there's that. Now we'll put this one over here, just like that. And that looks really pretty. And then maybe, let's see if I can find another small pink one, or white one with a pink center. This is a teeny tiny one, and I like that. This one right there. That's exactly what I was looking for. And we will go right there with that one. There we go. I think that looks gorgeous. Yes. Okay. So now, once again, Carol's going to try and be careful because this one, I'm not putting any of this resin on the glass. It's just going in between these flowers and it will flow through to the metal backing. So let's see how quickly we can get this started curing. And with this one, we may end up having some resin that kind of goes through to the back side, so I'm going to have to flip it over and let the back side get cured. So there's those. Super pretty, super, super pretty. Be the light. Okay. Oh, it did not go through, but I am going to hit the back with this anyway, just for a minute. And then again, I'm going to go through all of these, and I'm gonna go ahead and cure them all really, really well. And I'll probably put them under there for 2 5-minute intervals. Okay. So this one, we've already got our charm on there. So really all we need to do is add some pretty flowers. And this is where actually, where did I put those? I was going to try and use some of these flowers because they are like this pretty red flower that I've got right here. So let's see what we can do with a couple of these added in there. I love these flowers. And I've got some little pearls in here too. So if I just take and add a few of these. Whoops. Sort of just like that. Get another bigger one here. And then, whoopsies. And then I'll add some smaller ones. Ooh, we've got some new pens, you guys. Oh, these are pretty. Oh my goodness. Look what we have, you guys. We've got new handmade, hand-turned pens out of Jeff's shop. He just finished them and brought them in to show me. So these are flag pens. Aren't they gorgeous? This is like a red line pen. This is olive wood. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. And then this one is like a blue and silver.
Blue maple.
Oh, it's blue and maple, actually. So yeah, that is gorgeous. And it goes great with that flag. Look at those, you guys. So pretty. So these will be going for $50 in my shop. So I had to ask him how much they were going to be, because I never know how expensive the workings of these pens are, because they're all different. But yeah, these will be $50 in my Etsy shop. So if anybody's interested, they will be there. So give them a look-see. And I'll post some pictures on the back end of this video as well, so you guys can see an up-close picture of them. Thank you. They're beautiful, you guys. And I'm sure your guys will love them. And some of you girls, too.
Here's the red one.
Oh, you know what? I didn't show you the red one. We already had this one made yesterday. Look at that one. So that's a red maple. Isn't that beautiful? So the maple is actually dyed with red dye. Gorgeous. Look at that. Look at the grain in that wood. So, so pretty. Thank you. So you guys, if you want pens, those will be available in my shop by the time this video's up. So go on over and check them out. I'll try and remember to put a link to them in my description menu so that you can just jump right on over and go straight to the pens. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see how I want to do this. These are just little acrylic flowers. So maybe if I put those in and put a few pearls, of these little tiny pearls in there, that would be really pretty. And I've got some leaves too. These are not the gold leaves. These are just straight green leaves, but they look really pretty with these flowers. So I'm going to set those on the side. And I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try and resin these flowers down. Just like that, whatever I've got on there now. And put my lamp on them, and then I will go on and add the other stuff. Because I don't think these will glue down real easily. I can't believe he finished all of those pens before I was able to finish this video. Well, 3 of them. He's really good on that lathe, though, you guys. He's really, really good on it, and he's able to get a whole lot done in a short period of time because he knows what he's doing. And his pens, you guys, they're super, super high quality pens. So when you get them, I mean, the ink inside of them is high quality as well as the pens themselves. And you can tell when you buy them. A lot of the girls have already bought some of his pens. And when you buy them, you can tell just by holding them how good the quality is. They're beautiful, you guys. And I've got some other ones in my shop too that he made not that long ago. A lot of them he takes to, he's got a friend that owns a business, and he puts some of his pens there too to sell them, you know, quickly. But I always like to have some in my shop just because they're so nice, and they really do make excellent, excellent gifts. I'm just going to try and see about putting a couple of pearls in a couple of spots here. Not easy for me to pick up. you guys, this is not going to be easy. Wanted to put one of the rosebuds up on this end too, if I can get it in there, or maybe I should stick that inside here with these, and then put a couple leaves on this edge. Look at that, I'm getting a hold of these leaves a whole lot better than I did the other ones. Not for lack of trying. That looks really pretty, just like that. I'd like to put one more rosebud if I can. I really kind of need a smaller one. There we go. Look at that. Ask and ye shall receive. I want to put it right there. There we go. That looks pretty. I didn't want to close that up. These packages are so hard for me to open. And that's not because of the nails. It's just because my hands are so terrible. The arthritis is just getting awful in my hands. I just pray that it doesn't get so bad that I can't craft at some point, because I would just, oh, I'd be devastated. I honestly don't know what I would do if I couldn't craft, you guys, because it's my solace. I take solace in crafting and being able to just use my creative mind. Okay, let's get this going. And I'll be right back. Okay, so now we've got this one all put together. Look at how beautiful that looks. And we're going to put these flowers back in their little pouch and pearls. There's some little tiny rhinestones in here too, and little tiny metal bits, metal balls that you can barely see. They're like little specks of dust. But they are pretty and stuff when you use them right. Okay. All right, we're going to put those aside. We've got this out here. So, 1, 2, and I didn't put any flowers on this one. I'm wondering if maybe I should like put 1 or 2 up here. Kind of just because. Again, we've got another glass dome, so it makes it very difficult to do the flowers. I don't know. I just kind of don't feel like that one needs flowers. I really don't. I think that one, I like it just the way it is. So I think I'm going to leave that one alone. There's this one. And there's this beauty. And we have this beauty. And these flowers are going to go back in their pouch before I start breaking them. So I just got news today that Gwen from Tennessee got her flowers, or her flowers. She got her magnets, and I'm super excited about that because now we're all safe and sound. She did have a couple where the flower broke and a flower that popped off in shipping, but outside of that, she's okay, and she's going to be able to put that flower back on. If she can't, I told her I will replace it free of charge, and that's just the way I do things. So, so we're okay. Either way you look at it, she's good to go, and she will, if she has to replace one or two, then I will replace. So there we go. So now what I'm going to do is, let's see, we'll use this chain here for this one. So let's put it on its little chain. And it's a nice long chain. And these chains are actually pretty decent. They last pretty well. So I've never had one break yet. So there's that one. Pretty necklace. And then let's see. I wish I had a gold chain that I could use on this one. I don't have one though. Huh. I'll have to find one. Oh, here's some more of these. Here's some more of these bronzy ones. Oh no, well, wait, are they? Yeah, I do have more of the bronzy ones. So for right now, just for the sake of putting it on there, actually we have to put a jump ring, and all I have is silver ones right in front of me, you guys, so pretend that's gold. We'll go ahead and we will grab our little tools here and open up our jump ring, and we'll pop that on there. And I'm just going to pop the chain right in there too. There we go. I didn't have to do that. It would have gone through, but it's just easier for me to pop it on there and have that part done. And you guys, I'm using these round pliers. These are not the proper pliers, these, but it's all I have right next to me here, so I'm just using them just to get it done. Okay. So this is actually kind of a goldish color, this chain. It's more gold than bronze. This, well, I guess so is that one. So I guess it is bronze because that one matches that frame perfectly. And I'm sure she probably ordered these together when she bought them. So there's that one. And then we're going to go with this pretty black one on this one. Well, this would go good on this one too. Actually, I think I'm going to use that on that one, because I'm going to use the silver one on that one. And we'll put that on there, because this one has a nice bail on it that this will hook onto, or go through, I should say. It's not too big to go through it. Okay, so there's that one. And the black chain looks really pretty with that one. And then we have silver for this pretty rectangle one. And she sent me a couple of pretty bales and stuff too. But I still have more of these to do, you guys. There's the silver one. And actually we'll grab this silver one, I think. Or no, I think we're just going to go with this. We'll go with, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to try and find a gold. This one's, I think this one's darker than this one. So I'm going to put this one down and use this one. This one's more goldish, and this has the gold embellishment on the bottom, so. And these chains, you can see, these chains are super duper long, you guys. So they would hang down, whoops, down below your chest, like almost to your abdomen. That's how long these chains are. And that's kind of how I like to wear my chunkier necklaces, is I like to have them longer. So I can wear them outside of my, I didn't get that open. I can wear it outside of my shirt and you can still see it because it doesn't fall like inside. Oh my goodness, why is this so hard for me? Okay, there we go. All right, so, and you know me, you guys, I like mixed metals, so I'm okay with wearing a gold chain with a silver necklace. I mix and match my necklace chains all the time. I take them off of one necklace and put them on another one, and I like that look. This one we'll be doing another day. So that's it, you guys. We have 5 of them completed. They turned out really, really beautiful, and I'm going to put pictures of them up for you guys so that you can see them. I'm trying to find a piece of paper or something I can set them on so that I can just kind of pull them up a little closer to you. They're just going to slide off of that. So here we go. Well, no, let's try this. Just one by one. So there's that one. Isn't it beautiful, you guys? So, so, so beautiful. I just love these. I think they are gorgeous. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Gwen. I made some beautiful pieces today, thanks to you. There's this one. Gorgeous. Isn't that gorgeous? And this one, this heart has a red stone in it, you guys. If you can see that, you can see it kind of shining red. So it has a red stone in it, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring the red flower here and these red flowers into it, to kind of pull the red out in this one. And then we have this pretty one, and this one's a little more simple because I know some people are more simplistic and they like simpler things, and I love that this says be the light. I think we could all be the light sometimes in someone else's life, so let's do that. And this is trust in the Lord with all your heart. And it almost looks like a little flower. It looks like a daisy. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. And that's the way that one came out. Gorgeous. And this one. We had a little trouble with this one, but that's okay because look at it. In the end, it turned out to be a really, really beautiful, beautiful piece. I'm really, really happy with this one, and I love the pearl heart. Love it. And there's still some of the flowers that are in that image are back behind there. You can see a couple of the flowers poking through too, and you cannot see the bubble any longer. The bubble is gone. So that's that one. So that's it, you guys. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun for me doing something a little bit different and showing Kathy how she can do some of these things that we do without resin. And Kathy, you could even take these and you could put them into one of these frames. Make sure you paint the back of it white. You can put them in the frame and glue it down. and then use glossy accents over the top. Don't use triple thick, please. I'm asking everybody, don't use triple thick. If you have printed your images on an inkjet printer, don't use triple thick. It will completely fade all of your images, and within 6 months you won't even be able to see them. So I have learned that the hard way, and the glossy accents is more of a glue, so it's almost like using super glue, but it's a little bit thicker, and it dries clear, and it is beautiful on this sort of thing. It will dry looking pretty much like glass. So glossy accents is what you can put over the top if you don't have the glass domes. So you don't have to have the glass domes in these, not at all. You can do these without that. Use a little glossy accents, build it up in layers if you need to, until you get it to the top of your piece, and you can even take glossy accents and dome it at the top like you do resin. And you don't get the odor, you don't get the things that come along with doing resin work, because resin is not for everyone, you guys, for sure. And it gets very expensive to play with resin. So that's a way that you can do it without your resin. I hope this helped you, Kathy. I really, really wanted to do something that would be helpful to you and give you some ideas. So I hope this helps. And everybody else, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming along for this little ride. And I will see you in the next video. I'm getting ready. I'm hoping I can make one more video today. I'm tired already, but we'll see what happens. Everybody have a beautiful, beautiful day. God bless each and every one of you. Take care of yourselves. Love yourselves. Love your family. Hug them, squeeze them often, and tell them you love them. And I'll see you again in the next video. I love you all. God bless.